Welcome to today's introductory course on the Sociomathematics of Africa. This course is brought to you by Historians Connect. Historians Connect is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Our mission is to bridge the gap between African American culture and Black history. We achieve our mission by preserving the legacies of African Americans, debunking myths, defining Black excellence, and rewriting the narrative of Black history. We strive to provide a cultural education experience that educates, empowers, and elevates the racial esteem for the communities we are called to serve. My name is Brittany Wilkins, and I will be teaching today's course. Before we get into objectives, allow me to formally introduce myself. By trade, I'm an engineer who studied industrial and systems engineering at Youngstown State University and project management and project leadership at Cornell University. 10 years in my profession, I've helped corporations innovate from within, increasing productivity and eliminating waste in manufacturing processes and streamlining business enterprise systems. I am a published author of the book Letters to My Sisters in Engineering, and by calling, I am an educator with a passion about learning Black history and teaching on the subject matter for us to grow in knowledge of self. Transitioning into today's learning objectives, participants in the course will learn about the following: ethno-mathematics, socio-mathematics, Africa and the prehistoric world, mathematical discoveries, Egyptian mathematics and engineering, and Africa's influence on Western culture. For today's course, we're going to focus on the first two learning objectives. At a very high level, I will introduce these two concepts. Today's course is focused on the science of mathematics. What is mathematics and how has it evolved, transforming our society? It has been universally known that mathematics originated in ancient Greece with the formulation of logical systems based on definitions, postulates, basic structures from which lemmas and theorems are derived, and formally proved theorems. Mathematics, in the simplest form, is the technique of discovering and conveying in the most economical possible way useful rules of reliable reasoning about calculation, measurement, and shape. From ancient times to present day, we've witnessed how mathematics, with the interdisciplinary field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, has evolved our way of life through technological breakthroughs, scientific discoveries, and innovative products. Perceptions shape narratives. What role has the African race contributed to advancing ancient civilization and modern societies forward? According to some writers of history, the answer is nothing. Based upon the narratives that have been told, the image of Africa and its people has been painted as a jungle, wild place full of naked savages. The narrative written has been Africans have no knowledge of science and mathematics, contributing very little to the advancement of society. The sheep trading story is one narrative that has shaped the perception about how Africans count and their ability to count. Once upon a time, a British explorer by the name of Sir Francis Galton was engaged in a negotiation in bartering 2 sticks of tobacco for 1 sheep at the rate of exchange. The trader wanted 2 sheep and offered 4 tobacco sticks at once. The Damara people were skeptical and suspected fraud. They wanted to carry out the trade more slowly, so first 2 tobacco sticks were given and 1 sheep was driven away. Then 2 more tobacco sticks were given and the second sheep was driven away. Now the result came out the same as the first proposal, but it was presented in a way that the people were not accustomed to. So in his book, Sir Francis writes about this account, and this story creates the perception of Africans not being able to do simple arithmetic. Even in today's modern society, many narratives have been written about the achievement gap of African Americans compared to other cultural races. Black youth continue to be challenged by general problem-solving tasks based on real-world situations, measurement concepts, geometry, data representation, and interpretation of data. A lot of judgment and stereotypes has been made based off experiences such as the sheep trading story and standardized tests. Of course, we know there are some systemic barriers that are contributors that may lead us to ask, why has African Americans been taught to memorize facts instead of understanding the fundamental concepts? Could it be our educational institutions' way of teaching has not transformed the curriculum to meet students where they are, making it relevant and applicable to how mathematics plays a role in their lives beyond the classroom? But there is one concept that was introduced to the field of mathematics in 1977. Ethnomathematics is the study of the relationship between mathematics and culture. The goal of ethnomathematics is to contribute both to the understanding of culture and mathematics and leads to an appreciation between the connection between the two. You may wonder how ethnomathematics, the study of the relationship between mathematics and culture, differs from Western mathematics today. Well, ethnomathematics is culturally based mathematics, whereas Western mathematics is about abstract concepts. Ethnomathematics promotes alternative ways of understanding, whereas Western mathematics may be considered irrelevant by students. Ethnomathematics concepts are applicable to life outside of school, whereas Western mathematics doesn't allow for alternative ways of knowing or learning. Ethnomathematics includes complex mathematical systems that have evolved over time in other cultures. Mathematics today is based on predetermined formulas, whereas ethnomathematics, the goal is to reduce the alienation felt by students from diverse cultures. Western mathematics and mathematics taught today, again, is based on predetermined formulas, includes the basic principles of mathematics, and is considered culturally neutral. Ethnomathematics is the foundation in which sociomathematics is built upon. Now we explore a new chapter of history, the Sociomathematics of Africa. Defined, sociomathematics is the application of mathematics in the lives of African people and the influence that African institutions had upon the evolution of their mathematics. Sociomathematics encompasses the following. First, the development of a number system through gesture counting. And keep in mind, the development of a numeration system in any particular society ultimately rests upon the economic development of the society. African systems of numeration varied from a few words to well constructed systems in which counting extended into the millions. Second, socio-mathematics encompasses the use of beads, shells, nuts, or pebbles as media exchange or counting materials. Third, sociomathematics encompasses the production of patterns, both numerical and geometrical. Fourth, sociomathematics encompasses numerical patterns evident in games from versions of tic-tac-toe to universal board games. And fifth, sociomathematics encompasses African art. Geometric pattern and symmetries appear in carved and painted masks. So math is a way of life, has always been a way of life embedded in African cultures, customs, and traditions. A different Black history explores mathematics in the lives of African people. This concludes part 1 of the Sociomathematics of Africa. At a very high level, I wanted to introduce the two concepts. In part 2 and in future courses, I will expand on sociomathematics more and go more in depth with details and examples. But if you have any questions or feedback about the presentation, email us at info@historiansconnect.org. And if you enjoyed the content presented thus far, give it a thumbs up. Also, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to The Coin, Black History on the Other Side podcast, available on all streaming platforms. Thank you for going on this journey with us to learn, explore, and create history.